Welcome to the Friday edition of Juan's World, and I'm going to go a little out of order today and do some cooking. Usually I do my cooking on Tuesdays, but I've been consumed with pachumbun for the last couple of weeks, so now we're going to try to get back to some semblance of order. I don't know about next week, but today I'm going to talk about black beans. Black beans are healthy food. Legumes are high in fiber, contain very little in the way of complex carbohydrates and sugars and so forth. They have a low glycemic index, high fiber, high in potassium, and all kinds of good stuff. So let's talk about black beans. As you see in the introductory material, I can get black beans here in Cambodia fairly easily. This producer called Cambodian Taste has all manner of legumes, including lentils and white beans and red beans and black beans, and also dried mushrooms and just a ton of stuff. So I happened to get some black beans and going to do something with them. The first thing I need to do is cook them. You can get canned black beans, but I prefer not to use canned because canned also contains all kinds of additives, which I don't want. I just want black beans cooked in water or stock. So first thing to do is to soak the beans overnight, and then next day put the pot on with some stock, and in this case I've added some leeks, a little bit of chopped shallots, some garlic, some fresh parsley, and just going to boil and boil and boil. Yeah, it usually takes about an hour until they're soft, maybe a little bit less, it depends. The black beans I get here in Cambodia tend to be a little smaller than the ones I used to be able to get in the United States, and they tend to cook a little quicker. So boil them up, and then the first thing I did was to make a black bean soup. And that's not complicated, because the black beans and stock alone make a nice soup, but with the addition of some leeks and some shallots or maybe some onions, then that's fine. You can also add a little bit of sausage if you want to, which is what I did at one point. And I could add some spinach. I didn't because I couldn't find any. But leafy greens would be good too. All plenty of healthy stuff. So that's the soup part. Now, the other thing I wanted to do was to make beans and rice. Beans and rice is like the classic dish of all of Latin America. Different countries have different mixtures of beans and rice. One of them is black beans and rice, which is usually called moros y cristianos, which is Spanish for Moors and Christians. Like obviously the black beans are the Moors and the white rice is the Christians. But moros y cristianos is a dance drama that I'm very familiar with from Spain, because it was first performed roughly around the 13th century as the Moors were being expelled from Spain, and it took until the late 15th century for the Moors to finally be driven out completely when they were defeated in Andalusia. And all the time that they were being defeated, the cities where they had been expelled from performed a drama called Moros y Cristianos. And that was even imported into both North and South America. And in fact, when I did field work in Santa Fe, in North Carolina, in New Mexico, there was a town there called Alcalde, where they performed moros or cristianos on the day after Christmas, on horseback, of all things, in Spanish. So it migrated to the New World as the Catholic monks, mostly Dominicans, tried to replace the rituals of indigenous people with Spanish rituals. And so moros or cristianos is not only a dance drama that I'm familiar with, it's also a dish I'm familiar with. So I made moros or cristianos, and you can see here I had some garnishes that I could add to it, sausage and some hot sauce and a little bit of green leek and so forth. And that brings me to burritos. And this was my breakfast this morning. I started off with a flour tortilla. And just in case you're wondering, I'm from Argentina, and so the double L sounds J in Rio Platense dialect, which is what I speak. So it's not tortilla or tortilla, it's tortilla. So I have a flour tortilla. I'm going to spoon on, or fork on actually, some black beans. I got them out of my soup, and so of course they're a little bit too fluid for a burrito, but I managed to get most of the stock out. So start with black beans, then I'm going to add a few slices of avocado. Also good for heart healthy choices, because the avocado is also rich in potassium, as the black beans are. Add little bean sprouts, not necessarily traditional in New Mexico or Mexico, but add a little bit of crunch. And then I'm going to squeeze a little lime and some Tabasco made with habaneros, so it's really hot. And then package up, just like you would make an envelope in the old days. So roll it up, and you've got yourself a nice burrito for breakfast or lunch or whatever. So there's black beans. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you will tell your friends about my videos. I hope you will like and subscribe. Tell your friends to like and subscribe. Have a good weekend, and I will see you back here on Tuesday.